The main issue about drone racers becoming FPV drones pilot in Ukraine is what's up everyone. I hope everyone is doing good. Today we're going to be talking about FPV drones racers that are transitioning into FPV combat flying. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to the Dose of Freedom YouTube channel. Also, we have an Instagram and a Patreon. Go get some awesome Dose of Freedom merch and let's start the show. Business Insider came out with an article. Drone racers might seem like ideal combat pilots, but trainers say they have to relearn almost everything. Pilots who fly small drones for sports are very capable at the controls, but that does not make them good operators for combat. Ukraine's fight against Russia's invasion shows that drone pilots do need to be able to quickly reach and aim at targets, but they also need to be able to move slowly, bide their time, and to hunt. Mr. Silenic, chairman of the board Drone Force Europe, a Latvia-based group that teaches people to fly drones, including in combat situations, said that sport drones operators typically work at high speed in different conditions. But when it came to getting people with that sports drone experience to fly in a military style, they don't know how to fly it slowly. His group need to change their mindset to the extent that they are training again from zero actually. He said, speaking at the Drone Summit in Latvia, a gathering of industry and military personnel attended by Business Insider. The two ways of flying are totally different, he said. Taras Berezovet, the head of military cooperation department of Ukraine's TDF, said at the summit that being able to move slowly is absolutely key for a war drone pilot. Drone operators, he said, often have to be the hunter, to be patient, and to wait for a long time. He said both Russia and Ukraine use so-called sleeping drones, where operators have to stage their exploding drone and then wait for hours or even days for their target, like a soldier or a vehicle. It means operators have to watch, wait, and be ready with their grounded lurking in standby for long periods. Other drones must fly slow to relay video back to command posts to spot new targets for attack. Drone racing is a sport with events that range from hobbyist gathering to elite competition between professional racing pilots. It can take the form of FPV drone racing, where pilots fly at rapid speed through obstacles in front of roaring crowd in stadium. It was these FPV drones that Ukrainian think weaponized out of desperation to stop larger Russian forces. Some racing skills are relevant in war, but they need to be combined with other training and a mindset shift. There is a huge difference between flying drone for competition and flying for combat FPV drones. When you fly for combat FPV drones, all you need to do is take off. Okay, take off, fly, reach the target, and hit the target. But also there is the fact that most of the time you need to be able to fly very slow. You need to be able to land your drone. If you are piloting HDOM, you need to be able to land the drone without breaking it. To approach the target, you need to be moving slowly. You need to be moving slowly inside forests, avoiding trees in order to reach the target. A lot of time the target will be running around trees to try to avoid you, so you need to be able to do some turn around trees to be able to hit the target. The skills that you learn in FPV drone racing about racing fast, going through obstacles, it's irrelevant in modern drone warfare. Going through rings of fires or doing like competitions, who pilots the fastest is completely irrelevant. The good part is that you already know how to operate the drone, you already know the controls and everything, but you need to combine that experience with Ukrainians frontline experience. A lot of the time they have to relearn. In Liftoff, focus on flying slow and low. Land on those bells one after the other. Try in that underground map, the underground parking, to be flying low and slowly. In the map with a lot of trees, try to fly between trees, right? You need to be slow and meticulate. Like, you're not trying to be the first to hit the target here. You need to hit the target while avoiding the soldiers shooting at you, while avoiding drones, while avoiding trees or the terrain, right? Also, Jdooms, you need to take off and then find a spot to land, and then you're just there and you wait. So you need to be able to fly smoothly, because you will have fiber optic cable behind you. Fly smoothly, find a good position, and then land there. And from there, you just watch. A lot of time you are waiting too long, and when you found a target, you come to take off, but the drone doesn't take off. Maybe like it's so easy to have like a small engineering problem. Maybe the battery is dead, or maybe there is a problem. The drone doesn't take off anymore. So that happens a lot too. But sometimes you just sit there and watch your drone feed for waiting for targets. So you need to be patient. Drones must fly slow to really video back to command post to spot new targets for attack. Some racing skills are relevant in war, but they need to be combined with other training and a mindset shift. There is overlap between sport drone and military world in Ukraine. Some Ukrainians units have introduced drone flying tournament where speed is key to improve combat skill. Oh, well, okay, that's good. It's true in the US too. The US Air Force and other militaries take part in sponsor drone racing events, and Air Force officials have described racers as future recruits. Companies that originally started in drone racing have now moved into defense work. US drone maker Performance Drone, which now makes drone for the US military. Man, now those guys are securing millions-dollar contracts with the military. Can you imagine? Civilian skills make for good pilots. Skills learned in civilian life can often make people into the best wartime drone pilots. Drone school in Ukraine previously told Business Insider that gamers often make good pilots, as they are typically already comfortable with controller, joystick, and looking at the screen. Members of Ukraine Typhoon Special Drone Unit told Business Insider that gamers make a great drone pilot, but they warned at the same time that real drone warfare is a lot more complicated and dangerous. Drone pilots must go forward to launch their drone and control it despite jamming. Yeah, that's true. Like, that's a huge difference. You get used when you do FPV drones for hobby. You get used to get amazing video feed always, always, always. But in Ukraine, sometimes you're getting jammed and you're losing your feed for 5-10 seconds, and then after that, if it ever comes back, you need to figure out where the hell you are, right, and take back the control. Otherwise, you're gonna lose the drone. So one operator said people think flying a military drone is like playing Call of Duty until they realize there's no restart option. Yeah, that's true. Ukrainian drone schools also previously told that young people are often better pilots, as well as people who have a technical mindset from IT or engineering, but that they could train almost anyone. So yeah, in summary, guys, you will think that drone racers will be the best candidate for combat FPV work, but that is actually not the case. Most of the guys are from engineering background, or maybe like me, people start from the beginning. I started with Dozer Freedom in 2024. I never piloted a drone before. The learning curve is extremely steep. I made a full combat FPV drone course on this YouTube. It's the playlist is called Combat FPV. So make sure you go check it out. It's something I wish I had access to when I started about learning about drone warfare back in 2024. In summary, drone racers are good, but they need to redo their mindset and learn how to fly slowly. Practice slowly on liftoff. Practice how to stop, how to land, how to fly low, how to fly slow, how to fly between trees, around the trees, right? But it just needs hard work and practice, and basically anyone could do it if they really wanted to. That's all I have for you today. Make sure you subscribe to the Dozer Freedom YouTube channel, and I'm gonna see you on the next video. Peace.